Good morning. Myself, Dr. Yogesh Pathinge, Assistant Professor in Commerce, GS College of Commerce, Khardha. Here we are for MCOM second year, third semester, Service Sector Management. In last some lectures, we discussed about unit number 2, IT and ITES, Information Technology and Information Technology Enabled Services. From today, we are going to start a new part of that, and it is banking industry. After finishing banking industry, the next part of this unit is insurance sector. So today we are going to concentrate on a very important question. I already mentioned it on the board that this is an important question. The importance of banking industry. We all know that just from our what we can say the initial days, or when we start to know about what are the transaction, how we are going to face the market, we generally know about banking and insurance sector. The things, the transactions which we are the part of are generally the part of banking sector. So just to withdraw the money, to deposit the money, to pay someone in form of cash, in form of check, in form of demand draft, nowadays in form of UPI or internet banking, everywhere there is a need of banking. You should have a banking account, and with the help of that you can do the transactions. So banking is actually the skeleton, or we can say the base of the economy of our nation or any nation. When banking get collapsed, the economy of that particular nation get collapsed. So we just can't ignore the importance of banking sector. That's why if you are just know about the share market or stock market, even they have a banking index called as a Nifty Bank. So everywhere there is a need, the importance of banking sector. Previous era, there are huge or big public sector bankings, but right now government is concentrating to merge the bigger banks. There should be only 5 to 6 banks in the entire country, and they are actually promoting private sector banks also. In just 2 or 3 days earlier, there is a news that they are actually encouraging the private promoters of big corporate companies or banks or financial institutions to convert their financial institutions in banks. So these are the developments which are happening right now. That is another part, that is a general discussion. Today we are going to concentrate on a point which is as the importance of banking industry. The first point that I wrote here is the need of the economy. I just discussed with you earlier that this is the need of the economy. Means if you want to compete with the world, if you want to establish us at the third biggest economy after America and China, if he wants to be third trillion, $3 trillion or $5 trillion economy, we should have to expand our banking sector. We have to encourage each and everyone to be the part of banking. Means there shouldn't be any person left in the entire nation who have not the bank account. Whether that bank account is with private bank or public sector bank, that is another thing. But the government should encourage, government is also trying for that, that everyone should have the account. That's why that Jan Dhan Yojana was a part of that, that everyone should have account and everyone should do the transactions with the help of banks. So the first importance of banking industry is actually the need of the economy. That's why the targets that we had set up, the third largest economy, or the $5 trillion economy, or to increase the GDP, all those aims, all those objectives, all those targets can be achieved when we are actually going to develop our banking industry. So the first importance of banking industry is that it is a need of the economy. You cannot develop your economy ignoring the banking sector. The second point is the development of rural sector. As we know that we are the country of villages. Means just okay, there are some transition between villages to the metro cities, there are migrations, but you can't ignore the rural sector, because the most of the part of rural sector actually contribute us the agricultural income. So the rural sector has to be developed, and to develop the rural sector we have to develop it with the help of banking industry, with the help of banks, because the schemes are introduced by the government. government wants to implement those schemes with the help of banks or financial institutions or the societies or district cooperative sector banks. These are the actually the structure which is there. With the help of that structure, banks are being the main part or main engine to implement the government schemes. So right from if we concentrate on agricultural sector, right from NABARD to the society which is being situated in a village, they have that particular system, they have that particular structure, and with the help of that structure, government implements its own schemes. So if government wants to develop rural sector, how they are going to do that? Just they have to implement their schemes. The money of that schemes or the grants of those schemes should reach to the customers, to the farmers of that particular area, the people of that particular area. When they will receive a grant, they will use that grant for their better tomorrow, or they can invest that money in their farming, agricultural activities, and then they can get developed with the help of those things. So if you want to develop a rural sector, we have to contribute something with the help of banking, because already the mechanism is being there, already the setup is being established, and with the help of that thing it can be possible. So the second importance of banking industry is that the development of rural sector is being possible with the help of that, because the emergence of banking sector or the presence of banking sector is very immense in comparison to other industries. Means each and every village, or we can say a bunch of villages, have one bank. So there is a presence of that system there. So the rural sector can be developed with the help of banking industry. So that is second importance. The third one is infrastructural growth. Look, when there is a bank, they will distribute the loan. When they are going to distribute the loan, the money will get in hand of consumers, the person who is that, who is account, who has an account with that bank, and he is going to invest that money, he is going to spend that money. So it will just get rotate, means that cycle get completed, the money will be in the hand of consumer will use that money, will spend that money, again it will go in a market, then market will contribute that in another way. So there will be the rotation of that particular thing, rotation of that money, and that will be very stimulative to the economy. So the growth of infrastructure is possible with the help of banking sector, because banks can give the loans, give the advances to bigger infrastructural projects. Nowadays we are seeing that there is a huge work is going on of highways and roads and bridges and infrastructural development, because they are getting a funding from banks, they are getting a funding from international banks, and we are just seeing the fruits of that now, because we are using those roads, we are using cement roads, and we are just actually feeling good that now the roads are being expanded, the space that we got earlier and just getting right now, there's a bigger space for parking. So these are the what we can say the benefits of this infrastructural growth. And infrastructural growth is actually possible with the help of banking industry, because they are funding those growth engines. So this is the third importance of banking industry. The next part is the capital formation. Capital formation, here it is actually a different one, because actually government gets that capital with the help of banks. Means if someone is depositing his money in a bank account, that money is being used for different works, for different purposes. So just we can see what the LIC is doing. The LIC is collecting the premium, and that money is being used for different schemes of government. So because the LIC is the what we can say the biggest loan provider to the central government. So this money is being used as a capital, and that capital is being used for different infrastructural projects, for different schemes that government wants to implement. So capital formation is also very important with the help of banking industry, because there is no other source of just accumulating the capital, accumulating the money from consumers, and consumer deposit their advances, their capital with the help of a bank account, and that money is being used for different things. So the fourth importance is capital formation, which is possible with the help of banking industry. The fifth one is encouraging new class of entrepreneurs. Look, we are talking about startups, we are talking about new projects, what we can say, the new way of implementing the projects, and new class of entrepreneurs actually wants to use a technology for that. New startups are actually the, what we can say, the use of tremendous use of technology. So this needs the infrastructure, this needs the money, this needs capital. This requirement can be possible with the help of, this requirement can be fulfilled, and it is possible to fulfill with the help of banking industry, because banks are there which are providing the startup loans, which are providing the loans for different startups, new class of entrepreneurs to start their business. And this is the right time to do that, because employment generation is a very limited thing. You just can't generate the employment for each and every one of our country, or any nation. You have to rely, you have to depend upon what we can say, the entrepreneurs, to generate new ways of opportunities, to give the jobs to others. Means if someone is giving a job to others, actually it is a very good thing for that nation, because he is actually creating the jobs. But if you want to stand that person on his legs to give a job to others, it means that you have to help him. And how you are going to help him? You can help him with the help of with the way of giving him what we can say, the technical knowledge, with the help of giving him the money he requires to start a business. This can be possible with the help of the system which are being there. Now the system which are being there means there is already one system called as a banking industry, and banking industry just not giving the money to that particular person, is actually giving a knowledge also. So banks are now just acting a new role here. They are providing a loan, they are providing advances, they are providing money to the new class of entrepreneurs, and again with that, again with it, they are actually giving a technical knowledge to that person, how to start a business, how to implement that business, what technology is needed, and how those technologies being what we can say, you can update that technology. These things can be possible with the help of the help that banking industry is actually giving to that new class of entrepreneurs. So we can say that with the help of this thing, there is a development of new class of entrepreneurs. And if you visit the Amazon, if you visit a Flipkart, you can see that there are new products launching. They are launching a new products. New class of entrepreneurs are launching a new products. These products are technologically driven products. So how this is happening? Because they are getting something from someone. So if we are saying that they are getting something from someone, means someone is helping them. Here someone is means what? The system which is being created by government, system which is created by banks, system which is created by financial institutions. They are helping them to stand on their legs and help others to generate the employment and to contribute to the economy. So we can say that this is encouraging a new class of entrepreneurs. Now the sixth point is the growth of service sector. As our subject is service sector management, we are actually very strong to that particular point, that service sector needs a growth. Service sector needs the assistance from different sectors. Service sector needs capital. Service sector needs technological development, technological upgradations. All those things can be possible with the help of banking industry, because banking industry is there for giving money to the sector, giving a technological assistance to that particular sector. So these things are possible with the help of banking industry. So we can say that service sector will get that growth with the help of banking industry. The next is to develop economy in planned manner. Look, if government sets the target of the third largest economy in the world, or $5 trillion economy, means government wants to work, wants to implement that thing in a phased manner, in a planned manner. Now, how it can be worked in a phased or planned manner? Then government has to set the targets. Government has to set the different working points. They have to implement those things in a phased manner, in a timely manner, year-wise, or what we can say, monthly, day-wise, year-wise goals should be there, and all those things can be possible when they will have that support of capital. because there is nothing possible without the help of money. There should be the need of and the requirement of capital. So these things are very much important. So that can be the importance of money, that can be the importance of technology, that can be the importance of skilled workers, skilled human resource. So these things can be possible when there is a ready-made setup, and that ready-made setup is of banking industry, or the next point that we are going to see, the insurance sector, because these they have the tremendous setup, tremendous system, and that can be used for the development of our nation, for development of economy. So when your government is talking about the different phases of developing the economy, those points can be supported, those things can be supported, those targets can be supported with the help of system which is being already there. So when I am talking about that system is already there, the system is of banking sector and insurance sector. So these things are possible with the help of banking industry. So we can say that a government, if government wants to develop economy in planned manner, that can be possible with the help of banking sector. The last point that we are here discuss is the employment generation. It is possible, and it is always possible. The youths are very much attracted to the banking sector jobs or insurance sector jobs because number of branches are there. Every branch has the certain consistent requirements, certain constant jobs which are there to run that particular branch. So there are huge openings in banking and insurance sector. So right from the start, nowadays it is being a very attractive sector of employment generation. So we can say that banking industry is there to help the youth for employment generation, to help the entrepreneurs, new class of entrepreneurs to have that capital and technological knowledge. It is there to help the rural sector to by providing them a loan, by providing them a technological upgradation, technical knowledge. Is there to implement the government schemes, is there to implement whatever government wants to develop the economy. So whatever government wants to do, how the government wants to do, if they had something, a plan to implement those things, that can be implemented with the help of banking industry. There are a lot of examples, means we can say right from previous 10 years, different schemes are being launched, and all those schemes are being implemented with the help of banks. You can just take a demonetization scheme, or you can take a Jan Dhan Yojana. You just have the Atal Bihari Pension Yojana, you have National Pension Scheme, and a lot of schemes which are being there directly for rural sector are being launched with the help of banking industry, because that banking industry has a huge setup, huge system, a skilled man, human resource, and that can be possible with the help of that. So just summarizing all those things, we can say that importance of banking industry cannot be neglected. It is there to develop a nation. So the targets which are being set up by central government, that can be surely achieved with the help of banking industry. But again, there is a huge NPA. The NPA is being increasing. The biggest what we can say, the target to decrease the NPAs. Government is now merging different banks and just want to set up huge 4 to 5 banks. They are now encouraging the promoters of different corporate houses or financial institutions to increase their promoter stakeholding in that particular company, and just want to encourage them to start the banks. So there will be new openings, new chances, new opportunities in banking industry. So you are the students of postgraduate department, and you should have to see that there are huge developments in banking industry and in insurance sector, and you have to tap those opportunities to see your career growth. So I hope you understand today's point of importance of banking industry. In next lecture we will talk about the importance of insurance sector. Till then, goodbye.